This is Steve Schiffman. I want to thank you very much for joining me today in this webcast podcast that we put out virtually every single day for you to help you be more effective as either a sales manager or as a sales representative. I got a call today. Somebody asked me, how do you increase the number of sales that you make? I thought that was kind of an interesting question because that's really what I want to talk about all the time. How do you increase sales? And I've been doing this a long time. And there are a couple things that I suggested to them. Number one, you've got to learn to close. But you see, that's such a trite statement. I mean, how many people that you've seen on webcasts or podcasts that they say, well, you got to close the sale, always be closing ABC. Well, that really isn't true. What you've got to do is get enough information that you can say to the person, it makes sense to me. Let's go ahead. That's it. That's really it. If you can say to someone, this really makes sense. Doing this program, doing this sale, doing this project together makes sense to me. And you can say that with all honesty. Then you have the right to close the sale. And the person will agree with you. On the other hand, if the person says, well, it doesn't make sense to me. No, I don't think so. All you have to do is say, oh, I'm sorry, what, just tell me. And they will. See, believe it or not, they want to help you make the sale because they want the same product you do. If, in fact, it's going to help them do what they do better, they want to buy. But you've got to get in the position of you can say that. I did a little coaching today, and one of the people that I had on the session, I said to her, very simple. I said, listen, if you can say to your customers now, this is what I think you should do next. This is what I think you should do next. And they listen to it, then you have a good customer. Then you know it's a valid customer. Then you know that you can expand on that. See, that's really the key. If you can say to someone, this is what I think we should do next, and they listen to you, you know you've got a good customer. So this is Steve Schiffman. Remember, you can win a book if you're interested. Big Bang is one of the books that I give out, and we send them out all the time, but you got to put in the email to me, magnifying glass. Just write it. Write magnifying glass. I don't care where you put it in. Just write it, magnifying glass. Magnifying glass. Just write it to me. I see it, then I make a decision who gets the book. We've put out about 100 books so far. So if you're interested and you want to do that, just say magnifying glass. And if you have any questions or any concerns about how to sell or how to manage effectively, how to get an appointment effectively, how to predict accuracy, the pipeline, and I don't mean with a CRM. You see, the CRM doesn't help you really predict it. It's a great tool to use if you understand it, but it doesn't necessarily help you understand where in the cycle it really is. Oh, you'll put it in there. You'll say to me, it's right here. It's 90% ready to close, but you don't call it that. And it doesn't happen because it goes too long. See, the longer a sale takes in the normal sales cycle, the less likely it is to happen. Anyway, we'll talk about it again. This is Steve Schiffman. Again, if I can help you in any way, make sure you call me. Make sure you write to me. Find me on the web. Thank you for joining me. And as always, you humble me by your presence.